Coach, welcome to the post-match press conference, final match, first leg. Before we go for the Q&A, I'll maybe ask you to give us your feeling. It was almost done until the last second where your team conceded goal. How did you feel it, and what do you think that can change from that to the second leg?
Thank you. Obviously that a 1-0 result is not the same as a 1-1 result, but the game is just at half time, so out of 4 parts we still have 2 to play, and it will be a different game obviously. I think that with the high pressure that Pyramids put it on us on the game, in the beginning we had some difficulties to cope with it in order to play the game we wanted, but also because our position was not the best on the pitch. I could have waited a little bit, but I decided to change immediately during the first half in order to try to rebalance the team and cope with the kind of game that was being played on the pitch, and to have mostly the capacity to have more ball and to then approach ourselves in the control of the game. I think that it was clear that the intention went through, and we started the second half, finished the first one better and started the second half very well. After we scored the goal, I think the team emotionally, I will not say that broke down because it's not exactly that happened, but the team eventually started thinking more about conserving the result rather than going for a second goal. We were asking to try to play as much as possible, because we think that is the way you should defend the result, is go keep the ball, go for the game, and manage it. Anyway, there were not situations. I think the best situations from Pyramids were even in the first half, but unfortunately from a play where we make not one but several mistakes, 1 minute to go, we have the ball, we lose the ball in such a way that is not obviously the best, and from there's a cross. We were more than alert regarding crosses on the box. Mostly when Pyramids is losing games, they put players in the box, a lot of numbers, so that we had to cope with these crosses, but coping with them is avoiding them, and we let the cross be made, and then the defensive position also on the box allows the goal. Of course that now there's only one thing to do, is pick the attitude, go there. We have more than capacity to score 1 goal, and from there balance put the game on our side, the final, and then go from there.
Thank you, Coach. Questions? Yeah, here. Excuse me, can you give me the microphone?
Coach, Masketo from Power FM. I think twice in your response you mentioned something about them coming at you after you scored and you expected balls in the box. So is there somewhat of a regret that in the subs that you've made, you didn't put in maybe an extra defender to help you? Because I mean, it was almost towards the end. One would have thought maybe you would have put in an extra defender to just try to close it.
It was exactly that we did, was put an extra defender. Maybe you are speaking about an extra central defender, because we put it Tapelo Moren, and Tapelo Moren is also a defender.
So he was playing ahead. I'm saying he was playing a bit forward, not too much at the back.
No, he was closing on the line. He's the last man even on the goal, on the line. So no, he was playing as in the defensive line. Obviously, that when you have the ball, players should go for attack, and that's what you saw when you say that he was going forward. Of course, he has to go forward. No, it's not a matter of regret. It's really a matter of how the mindset, because as I said, defend the results is have the ball and play it, and that's how we should defend the result. And I think that the fact that we didn't sharpen it in terms of attitude regarding the capacity to play and go from there was what penalized us. Anyway, it's last action of the game. It's unbelievable, of course.
Questions? Questions? Yes, here in front.
Joseph from Sports Coach. Hard luck on the 1-1 result, but looking at how you actually planned the match, you've even said it yourself that they got the ball first, but looking into you not having a midweek game and any other match to play until the actual final, how much of a leeway does that give you, and what did you say now to your players looking at them bowing down and facing down and heartbroken with all of this? How do you bring them back to the game?
The attitude of champions is seen when the things don't go well, because when the things is just flowers, let's say, everything is beautiful, it's very easy to be a champion. Champions, they get up when things are, and they show themselves on difficult situations. I think that we have a match to play, 90 minutes to play. We have to take the responsibility of playing to score one goal and go from there. Regarding your first appointment, had to do with, because your question had also something else.
Yes. I mean, looking at how they approached the game, they came at
The midweek game. I expect them to change all the players in the midweek game for sure. They will not line up any players that will play on the final second leg.
Okay, here, Velile, this one.
Hello, coach. Had luck on the result. In fact, the coach of Pyramids, maybe he was not telling the truth. I don't know, because they just said he's playing his strongest team because they want that league title as well. But my question is more about you were involved in a situation where you played final last season against Al Ahly. How much of that, as the game progressed, was also playing on your mind in terms of how you want to control this game? Yeah.
One has nothing to do with the other. Last year we were losing 1-0 in Cairo from the second minute of the game, and we went until the end fighting for the result. We have a penalty situation 2 minutes from the end. That's why we were not champions last year. It's clear. Just go on the records and see it. There's not to speak about last year. We have to speak about this year and what we have in front of us. And we have all the capacity, all the strength to go there and fight with them. It's I told you that it will be a very difficult match. I knew the character that these players show, that were players from Pyramids, but I also know that we can raise and stand until the end. So that's what we're gonna do. It's a moment you need to show your character, because we took a goal because we did a lot of mistakes in this play, a lot of mistakes. And we need to take the responsibility, because it was us mostly that allowed that the goal was scored. When you are 40 seconds to finish a match, you just need to be strong and run like an animal, and we didn't. We allowed them to play the ball until there was a cross. We didn't position ourselves right in the box, so just take that responsibility and let's go forward. We were already in negative situations and we overcame them. So we are here also with the goal that we scored in the last minutes of the match in Cairo against Al Ahly. So it's football, it can happen. What we're going to do with this is what will speak for us. So we have to have a very strong attitude, and even if they score over there, we continue to depend on a goal for us that equalizes the match. So open, they know it's open, we know it's open. The strongest team on the second match will be the one to win the trophy for sure.
I'll take two last questions and then end this press conference. A lady, madame, there, and then I will come to you. Bro, I'm not going to use this time. Allez-y, madame.
It's going to be the French question.
Allez-y, coach. Vous parlez français?
Oui.
Ah, c'est parfait.
Du coup, on va revenir un peu sur ce que vous avez dit. Voilà vos impressions après, ce premier match et puis ce goal de dernière minute. Et puis voilà comment vous appréhendez le deuxième match dans des conditions peut-être pas idéales ou telles que vous aviez espéré.
Bien sûr.
Je vais juste traduire pour l'auditoire. Excusez-moi, coach. I mean, the question is she's asking the coach what is his impression for this match and how they're going to prepare for the second game.
Bien sûr, c'est vrai ce que tu dis. Bien sûr qu'avoir un résultat de 1-0, c'était toujours différent d'un match nul. Avec les buts, on savait qu'il était très important de n'encaisser pas, de souffrir en but aux dernières minutes du jeu, dans les dernières secondes. C'est toujours émotionnellement très dur. C'est le travail qu'on doit faire avec les garçons, les joueurs maintenant, c'est de revenir sur les bonnes choses, les bonnes pensées, les bonnes émotions, et bien sûr affronter le deuxième match avec l'énergie qu'on a, le caractère des champions, des joueurs qui veulent vraiment se battre jusqu'à la dernière minute. Et j'ai dit, je crois que c'est ça, l'équipe plus forte dans le deuxième match va être l'équipe qui va gagner le trophée.
I mean, the answer of the coaches was he's saying is it's always better to win the game 1-0, but we was not able to keep our result today, just because we did probably mistake. That's why they came back to the squad. But as I said, it's emotionally difficult, but I think we'll be well prepared to go back there to fight and with our feelings, with our qualities, to make a good result. For sure, the approach for the game will be like the same as we always approach our games, because the team that we show more interest, more motivation, and more mentality is a team who's going to win the second leg. Was I correct, coach? J'ai bien traduit votre pensée. Merci. Basically. Yes, sir. Here.
Greetings, coach. Mchogozi Sitube from Far Post. Good luck on the result. Coach, you had someone like Chambers on the bench used to playing these kinds of games and not playing a part today. How do you manage him? Obviously, I mean, he wants to play and contribute to the team. How do you manage him when you don't have to, when you are not able to play him?
I have to manage Temba like all the other players. Everybody wanted to be part of this match for sure. The decisions we did was in order to keep the balance of the team. We thought were the best ones. You know, it's very, very beautiful football, or very ugly at the same time, because 1 second or 10 seconds in the last minute of the game changed the way you all think about us and the decisions that we did. Because if we had not suffered that goal, everybody say that the coach was fantastic, that he didn't touch the team, he kept the team in balance, he made the best choices. We are under judgment according to the results we get. And it was one play, one dangerous action they had in the box, because second half we condoled it. Sometimes more with the ball, in the first 25 minutes much more with the ball than hanging or organizing ourselves to cope with the conditions that were on the pitch. We suffered on goal, and that changed the opinion of everybody. That's clear what it is. We just have to hang on it and keep the boys motivated, push for the second leg, and that's it.
I'll take 1 minute extra time to the coach for the one last questions for you. Go, sir.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Coach Karel Pasha, BBC Sport Freelance. Coach, I think it's a foregone conclusion that you've got one of the most beautiful squads in the African continent. But by that, Coach, what exactly is it that you need besides the talent for the players to make it in the second leg?
No, we need to not fail on the decisive moments like we did today. Basically, these games, they are decided on the limit. And if you remember, the ball that then went on the left, that gave the cross on the box, is the ball that Tapelo Moreno gets and goes for attack, and just the ball goes a little bit in the front, he loses the ball, and then they play. It's details. I think we have a strong group that needs now to react emotionally. It's time to rest, to get the proper energy, to put the feet on the ground, to understand that the things are there, are open. Last year, that's the best thing I can tell to the boys. They won 1-0 away, so just believe, because it took a long way to arrive here. It's not time to give up. It's time to pick the right energy in order to proceed. Just in order to proceed, because if the match was one final played in one match, and it was 1-1, we still would have to continue, and we have 90 minutes to continue it. So let's move forward. Let's pick the energy. Let's go. You are happy? No, we are not happy. We knew that 1-0 was much better, but we should not be thinking that we are dead. That's exactly the biggest mistake you can do. No, let's just move forward and let's go, with all the energy that we might have. We knew that the second leg would always be difficult, like the first one would be difficult. Of course, after you score and you concede one goal, you expect to take it minimum until the end. What I expected, I confess, is that the team was strong enough to keep the pace in order to try to go for a second one. That would be very, very, very important. Then in the end we suffer. We need to take that responsibility in our back. The responsibility mostly is mine, as you immediately stated, and it's true, because I managed the game. I tried to manage the game as much as possible, but we keep together and we go for the second leg. We'll find the energy to go in the right way for sure.